Am I the scumbag for not making coffee how my fiance wants me to? Weird title. I, 23 female, no. But this has been a point of contention for a while. My fiance, 25 male, is a foodie and is extremely particular about a few things, one of them being coffee. We use a manual grinder, get distilled water. The water in our area is really hard and according to him affects the taste, but I don't notice anything. And we have an AeroPress and a metal coffee filter to make the coffee. I'm very much not a foodie, unless being a Sour Patch Kid connoisseur is a thing. My fiance weighs his coffee beans to make sure he's using the exact right amount, changes the settings on the coffee grinder depending on whether he's using the AeroPress or the metal filter, measures the water, and if he's using the AeroPress, lets the coffee grounds and water brew for a certain amount of time before actually making the coffee. On the other hand, I use a scoop to measure my coffee beans and use whatever setting the grinder's on. We'll usually just use tap water, eyeball the water instead of measuring it, and don't let it sit to brew. And you know what? It's fine. It tastes fine. It makes me happy. The end. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. Problem is that this really bothers my fiance. We've had multiple arguments about me making my coffee wrong, and it's very normal for him to badger me, weigh my coffee beans, or switch the coffee grinder to the optimal setting while I'm making my coffee. If I'm making coffee for him, sure, I'll measure the beans and all that jazz, because I know he can taste the difference, but I don't think I should have to jump through all these hoops for something that doesn't affect him. On the other hand, he seems to be really bothered by this. Today, as I was trying to scoop coffee beans into the grinder, he reached around to put the scale he uses in front of me and asked me to please weigh my coffee beans. I was really frustrated because we've had this conversation so many times. So I snapped the word no at him, and he walked away muttering, "You too," saying that even though I hadn't said it, I'd definitely been thinking F you for the record. I wasn't thinking that. So am I the scumbag for not making coffee how my fiance thinks I should, and for sometimes snapping at him when he gets pushy about it? Edit. I don't know if this is important, but I drink decaf and he drinks regular. So I'm never making coffee for both of us. I'm either making coffee for him, or I'm making coffee for myself. Edit 2. I sat him down and told him that I needed him to never comment on how I make my coffee and how I was making it. He repeated it back to me in his own words to check that he understood me. A counselor once told me that this is helpful to do in an argument, and then he agreed. Edit 3. Okay, people keep bringing this up. Googled an AeroPress because I don't feel like explaining it. Basically, you push on a phallic symbol until you have coffee. Putting hard water through it does not damage it. As much as my fiance drives me crazy, I would never do something to damage his equipment because it's important to him. Update. So it's been about a year since I made this post. Whenever I read posts like mine on here, I'm always wondering, did OP leave that scumbag? So for those of you who care, I left that scumbag. A lot of you were on the nose that this wasn't the only thing he was controlling. My ex believes he's the smartest person in the room, so if you're doing something differently than how he would, then you're doing it wrong and must be corrected. I'm not saying that everyone's responses to my post gave me a revelation, and I immediately knew what I had to do, but it was the nail in the coffin. I'm living within an hour of my parents now, when before I was on the opposite side of the country. I have a job as a caregiver, and I'm planning to go to grad school to be a social worker. I have a boyfriend who doesn't try to control every aspect of my life. When I go grocery shopping, I'm not stressing about accidentally buying the wrong brand of pasta, which was the right brand of pasta when we lived in a different state. I still don't get that. Or juice that's from concentrate. And I've switched to pre-ground coffee because screw you, I want to. None of this would have happened if I stayed with him. So yeah, thank you to everyone who played a tiny role in helping me see what an unhealthy relationship I was in.